goes nuts like he did last year in the tournament. So a lot of good stuff. We're going to be breaking down the bracket for you. And coming up today at 8:30, just over an hour from now, Mike McConaughey, the head coach of the Northwestern State Demons, will be checking in with us. And then he's got a national interview right at about 8:40 or so, and then he's going to hand the phone over to Shamir Davis, former Huntington High Raider, just down the road from here, literally from AM 11 Tiger, the 11:30 AM. Where the hell are we, Chris?
Hines Road.
Yes, and if you realize the Raspberry Beret, where Ed Hardy and I are going to take these radio riches and build a stadium.
Yes.
The Raspberry Beret on Raspberry Lane by Huntington High School. Shamir Davis used to be a star guard for Mack and Company over at Huntington, and now he is a star guard and a senior leader for Mike McConaughey's crew. Going to have both of those gentlemen on with us. How cool was it if you saw the video last night of their reaction when it popped up that they were on the screen? They were going to be playing Florida as a 14 seed in Austin. That's got to be just an incredible feeling.
Oh, yeah.
You know, hey, you know you're in because you won your conference tournament, but just that, where are we going to be, where are we going to be, who do we have a chance to knock off, because you know Florida looks at this and goes, who? Northwestern State, okay, who's our next round? And
don't you think Big Butler just changed the whole perception of there's always the Cinderella stories, you always have the big upsets, but now, I mean, with what Butler's done collectively the last 3 or 4 years of giving these, mid-majors to small, good grief, man, double-A teams a chance.
yeah, well, let's not forget, it doesn't hurt that just a few years ago, as a 14 seed, Northwestern State knocked off Iowa with the miracle shot that was considered the greatest play in Southland Conference history. So
Greatest sports moment.
Greatest sports moment.
All right, here's the question, guys. Don't look, don't cheat. All right, the question, what do you think the line of the Florida-Northwestern State game is right now?
Florida's probably favored by 13.5 or 14.
Chris?
I'm going to say 12.
19.
Oh, I was just gonna
19
say
now.
that,
This
then I
was
would've said
Florida
that.
versus Northwestern State football a little bit.
76.
yeah. No line.
It'll be a lot of fun, man.
Can I just say, also Northwestern gets to travel to Austin, which is a city they're familiar with traveling to play sports. And what a year for Mike McConaughey, right?
He's a great guy. He's
Oh
the
my
winningest coach in Louisiana college history.
Yeah.
We mentioned it the other day, how he went from washing socks and jocks over at Bipsy, driving the bus. They would drive over to Griff's Hamburgers. They're getting ready to head out of town at Bipsy. He'd grab a sack full of burgers for the kids, hop on the bus. He's driving it, take them to the game, coach the game, come back, drives the bus back. He puts the socks and jocks and, uniforms in the washing machine, waits for them to wash, puts them in the dryer, waits for them to dry, hangs them up, and then he goes back and does his business as, an educator again of young men. And he's just the nicest coach I've ever met in my entire life at that level. And here he is now playing in the NCAA tournament, or coaching in the NCAA tournament. What a good dude. We'll have him on with us here in just about an hour or so, man. Can't wait.
Do you know he broke Fred Hobby's record from Grambling?
Yeah.
What era was that? I have no idea.
Hobby was... He was there when Coach Rob was there, so I think Hobby retired in the early 80s. Don't give me the line. I believe that Stevie Ray Vaughan played at the final game.
Also, what a year for Grambling this year in basketball.
They tore it up, man.
Oh my
Yeah, 56 to 86.
Okay.
I think it was like earlier mid-80s. Grambling basketball really did have a great year. The good thing is that if you read their record backwards, you would think that Grambling was the 1AA champions in football, which they can't be because the SWAC doesn't participate in the playoffs, and that they should be a 2 seed.
56 to 86, Hobby.
I just said that. Yeah. Ed Hardy is. Does this not feel like you don't have to clip on the little thing to your little shirt anymore?
It doesn't drop. I haven't had people poking with my attire. It's just weird. I'm not taking loud bullets.
Vern's still going to call in and make fun of what you're wearing.
Yeah, that's true.
That's Vern.
Can you make fun of me, Chris? So I can feel like I'm,
Well, I asked him yesterday all about where the Ed Hardy name came from, and he gave me the backstory.
Yeah.
So,
and he's still sporting.
As long as you don't wear it again, I'm not going to make fun of you.
He's got on the Ed Hardy nugget ring right now. I didn't know he even made nugget rings.
Yeah. When I think Ed Hardy, I think great wine.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And
only one kind of wine is box wine, I guess.
once again.
Hey-o.
Hey-o. Thank you, Smitty's Pizza. Again, we're right over there in the neck of the woods for Smitty's Pizza, 9375 Mansfield Road, getting it done, son. They'll be open in just about 3.5 hours. The buffet, where every pizza is fresh made as always. But remember, the buffet at Smitty's Pizza, they take so much care. They don't skimp on the ingredients. They load up the pizzas for their buffet. It's Smitty's, 9375 Mansfield Road. Remember, if you call in or if you go in to dine at Smitty's Pizza, it's going to take about 27 minutes for a thin crust pizza, about 31 minutes for a New York style crust, because they start from scratch. Smitty's Pizza, family owned, family operated, supporting the Tim Fletcher Show, 687-3030, 687-3030. We are live and coming at you from AM 1130, the Tiger, your 50,000 watt sports source in Northwest Louisiana. So glad to be with you here. We are radio only for a little while. We had a little career change, a little bit of career change.